Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching the Afia Morning Show, reaching you live from Enugu this morning. I'm Nathalie Uku, and Oji Wachuku is still here. Monday morning packed so far, hasn't it?
That was a very big expose.
Yeah.
I just hope that this conundrum will be solved, and if it is what it is, right, the right institution, if Senate is going to do another screening, and even the DSS, this tells a whole lot about the rots in our institution. If this is true, by the way, the verification of the crops of politicians we have
needs to be thoroughly investigated.
I don't get the reason they whole take the bow and go.
This is another
no counters, no nothing.
Yeah, this is another open invitation to all the another open invitation to all the parties involved in this case. We want to ensure that all sides are represented. So if somehow you agree with or disagree with the previous interview, please do reach out to Afia TV and share your side of the story. Once again, Afia TV has reached out to the minister and the UNNVC, and will still reach out to other stakeholders as the day progresses. So do well to either come or, of course, respond to our invitations. Away from there to Abia State, Governor Alex Otti has expressed optimism that the detained IPOB leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will regain his freedom, citing President Tinubu's favourable disposition to resolving the matter. Speaking in Aba during the commissioning of multiple projects, Otti said he is engaging directly with the president and believes the solution is close.
Let me quickly respond to some of the comments, particularly the one made by the Secretary Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe. Madam, thank you for joining us for making the request for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. With Mr. President, and he is favorably disposed to it, and I'm sure that in no distant future, Nnamdi Kanu will remain.
Now, also speaking at the event, the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, urged the Southeast to remain law-abiding and appreciative as leaders across the region work towards a political resolution. Umahi, who represented the president, affirmed that Tinubu has love for the Southeast and is listening. Now, Senator Enyinnaya publicly appealed to the president to release Kanu for absolute peace in the Southeast. Kanu, if you recall, has been in DSS custody since June 2021, despite court rulings and international calls for his release. All right, and there you have it. Now joining us now to assess this other story that took place as the major Port Harcourt Road story was taking place is Barrister Chidi Ujo-Atumba, human rights lawyer, CEO Ujo-Atumba and Company. Barrister Chidi, I almost called you President Chidi. The president has been, the names has become up too much, FG and the rest. Now, many people are saying that the main reason that the president did not come was possibly as a result of these calls. Renewed calls heightened hope for Mazi Kanu's release. As you know, this will be the second time the president is promising to come and not showing up. This time he came with an emotional reason, citing a funeral, high-profile funeral he had to attend of the APC national chairman's mother in Plateau State. Now, there was no way anybody could say he shouldn't do that. So what's your appreciation of this renewed hope? Do you have renewed hope?
Coming directly from Mr. President, I don't think anyone would use the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do politics. So I think they have probably engaging him. There is a discussion going on. Maybe something have been said in the political quarters concerning the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On the issue of him not visiting, is not quite a welcome development, because I think that this whole development would have, it would have had a very wonderful outcome had it been that, Abians heard it from Mr. President himself that he is on the verge of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or that he is having a high-profile conversation on possible ways of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It would have added a lot of political credence to his visit had it been he came personally after the commissioning of the project and then made this promise himself. So I think it would have been better. But coming the way it did, let us evaluate whether it will affect anything, whether it will equally encourage other stakeholders like Ohaneze Ndibo and other past governors and political big wigs in the Southeast to also join the conversation made known to Igbos on last week Friday by the Abia State governor on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because in this studio we have hammered on it over and over again. Yes, we know that there is a live terrorism case against him, but if we can leave this case and think of how it could be settled outside the court, or how Mr. President can grant him a state pardon, I think that would have gone a long way to solve the issue. Yeah.
Okay. Fully represented by Minister Dave Umahi, and he stated that Tinubu has love for Southeast and is listening. How can we actually interpret these commitments? Is it a signal of something? We're going to have a relief, or just simple rhetoric we hear all the time? No,
it's a rhetoric. It's what you hear. If he had said, it's a written rhetoric. If he had gone to Northeast, he would have said something that Tinubu have the love for you people. What else are you expecting him to say? That he hates you? Of course, he won't say that. What I'm looking at is that the Southeast is going to be quite busy in 2027. Okay, I'm looking at it like a region that Mr. President needs to use everything that is within his reach, you understand, to play a very positive politics, okay, in ensuring that they are appointed into good places, in also making sure that he releases Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also making sure that safety and peace and security reigns in the Southeast. So these are the things that he can use to probably put himself in a very big, contested position when it comes to 2027. Because if you look at the results in 2023, the Southeast did not actually vote Mr. President, but the political dynamics is changing. Okay, he's having a kind of a problem with the Northeast and North Central, and he's also trying to see how he can now garner any other thing that he can get from the South and Southeast. Most importantly, to see how 2027 can be a win for him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead, Oji.
So, last week when we have this conversation in preparation of the visit by the president, we were speaking with Emmanuel Wanzwe, and he said from the grapevine, I heard that, maybe that we might not see a Bola Ahmed Tinubu visiting Abia State. It might be somebody representing him, and that's what happened eventually, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why, because there is conversation in the APC caucus that coming to Abia State is a full endorsement to the LP candidates, which is Alex Otti. Do you think this made sense? That's the reason why the president didn't visit the second time, didn't visit Abia State.
It's a viable political narrative. You understand? One can build a whole castle out of it. One, because Abia State is not an APC state, okay? And I think that actually, I don't know, it's one of the states that didn't actually vote Mr. President in 2023. But when you make reference to this recent political development that we're seeing all across the country now, I don't know why Mr. President would have turned Abia State into it would have been part of what is happening in Abia State, the development in Abia State, the good people of Abia State. Who says that if things are not well done, that Otti cannot join APC? If you make him an offer that he cannot an offer that he cannot reject. So Abia State is a voting block that anyone could venture into. You understand? Even if you are not currently enjoying them politically, probably they are not people that voted you while you were during the election. You could still 2027 is 2 years ahead. You could still start seeing how you can build something political and see how you can get vote. Every single vote counts if Mr. President is looking at a free and a fair
when talking about
election.
Obedience, they were huge. The mammoth, part of obedience came from Abia State, by the way. But how can that actually pan out during the election, that they will leave the Peter Obi and focus on Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
I don't think it's possible. The obedient movement is an ardent movement. It's an organic movement. You understand? And probably it has actually come to stay. So they believe in what they can see. They believe in transparency. They believe in verifiable data. So there is no way you can corrupt it, you understand, with any other flavor or with any other thing. If Peter Obi probably compromises or tries to see how we can make a pact with APC, it will definitely affect the obedient movement. It will either split the obedient movement or make the obedient movement to vote against him. Because this is a movement that is built on credibility. You understand? And when such person gets to the top, you understand, it will foster credibility in the entire nation. Because leadership is from top to the bottom. Okay, can't you see? I'm sorry if I can use that as a reference. We after 2023 election, we faced a barrage of court activities predicated upon the forged certificate of our president. You understand? And look at the work. Look at the work that the Senate did. And now we have a minister. You understand? Who have been when we talk about rubber stamp Senate. This is exactly what we are talking about. Because probably there's this allegation that in the top, you understand, this is not well done. So it will definitely it will be dripping with a lot of political connotations in all field of human endeavor, because that discipline, that core leadership discipline, have not been enshrined in the top. So getting someone that knows his onions and knows how to fry it at the top, it will definitely rub off in all department of political organizations.
Let's talk specifics, Barrister Chidi. Now, according to Governor Alex Otti of Abia State, the detained IPOB leader Mazi Kanu will soon regain his freedom. He cited President Tinubu's favourable disposition to resolving the matter. Now, you are a legal professional and you understand that you always say, you go to the courtroom, it's not about your feelings or who did what. It's about justice. It's about who actually has more evidence to favor their case and who the judge rules in favor of.
Okay.
So I have to ask you, based on this statement by the Abia State governor saying that the president is in a favorable disposition, the presidency, the federal government, is in itself a party to the dispute. Does that favorable disposition have anything to do with Mazi Kanu's release, especially as the case is still being tried in court?
Of course, definitely. The phrase there, favorable disposition, is directly linked to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And there are so many legal possible ways that you can do it. And one of the most fundamental and effective one is the Attorney General of Federal Republic of Nigeria entering into what we call a nolle prosequi. A nolle prosequi is like there's no case we have against this man anymore. Okay, once it enters nolle, all the charge sheets are rendered nugatory, and from that day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be set free to go home, such a way that no one can go and bring up the case of terrorism against him again. Okay, if the Attorney General has entered a nolle on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's current case right now, you can't bring it up again in court, and from there he can go scot-free. Because you can't use pardon.
Based on the body language, the body language of the courts, do you see the federal government through the Attorney General exercising such a proceeding or such a right?
I think I would take it based on the body language of the president, not the court.
What's the body language of the president?
Favorable disposition.
As alleged.
As alleged.
But could freeing Nnamdi Kanu, stamping and endorsing his agenda? Have you ever thought of that?
Yes, if you look at how the wind of political change is blowing currently because of the fallout between Mr. President and El Rufai, and also because of the upcoming of ADC, and because of the clamor that APC have not been doing well. Now, if you look at it, you know that Mr. President needs every single vote that he can lay his hand on right now. Okay, so if he can go into a pact with the Igbos or the Southeasterners, you understand, do more projects, placate their already embittered and battered spirit, and then, spice it up with the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think it will go a long way to, let me tell you something. There is a contention that that is a contention that the North is trying to, probably, if the ADC brings out a Northern candidate, you understand, the whole election will not be like a power tussle between the North and the South. And if it gets to that point, with what is going on now, Southern and Southeast would definitely vote APC.
Knowing fully well who your brothers and sisters are.
Exactly.
You think it's going to hold water?
The only thing that will make it not to hold water is for Atiku to make well of his promise last time that he is considering probably giving room for younger politicians to come up. If P2B clinches if P2B clinches the tickets for ADC, We're going to see a tsunami of political kind of activities, and it may not go well with APC because every vote will be thrown at his back, and then the Igbos will now, even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, you understand, organically the Igbos will vote APC because it will be a tussle between a better candidate in the south, between Tinubu and
Barrister Chidi. Time is up.
Sorry,
indeed, it's been a tsunami of a show, hasn't it? A tsunami of a show. All right. Thank you, Barrister Chidi,
Thanks for
joining
having
the show this morning.
We are hopeful it's going to work.
Well,
so that the whole Apollo in the south can come
keep
to an
renewing our hope every other day. You know,
All
so
right.
it works.
All right. Thank you once again. The morning show has come to an end, but the TV broadcast today is not over. Up next is the Business Morning with Marvelous Apamaga. Until we meet again, same time, same channel tomorrow. I remain, well, not same time, it's close to 10, by 8 a.m. tomorrow. I remain your host, Nathalie Uku.
And I remain OG. Want you could have a splendid Monday and a week ahead. Bye for now.